Ones, empaths, it's quite common that after being involved with a narcissist, even awakening to the narcissistic abuse, that you still have some degree of love for them. You may be chopping and changing between hate, feeling sick, but there's an underlying pattern of love there. And it's really not a good thing for you to have any love towards this individual, you see. It's actually very common, you know. Like, you can feel like that you want to help them, that you want to show them the light. You just want them to come around. Not come around to your house, I mean come around to your way of thinking. You know, it's very common for this to be the case. I did experience some time where I felt like, to be honest with you, what I sum it up as is you missed the companionship. You see, your life was so preoccupied with their life. Your life got so filled up with what was going on in their life that you feel empty without them being around you. But that emptiness is actually a superpower. That alone time is actually your superpower. That is the time that you need to dig deep and start focusing on other things. You don't love them. You got to realize this. You don't love them. You're addicted to them through the pain that they put you through and the little spells of love bomb. And you're used to having someone in your life that used to occupy your time so much, that used to drain you so much, right? You didn't realize you were being drained. You didn't realize someone was just wasting your time, filling up your day with drama. But when you're left alone without that anymore, it can feel rather empty. So you start to feel like you miss them. You start to feel like you love them still, or you want them to come around to your way of thinking. You need to destroy this at all costs. You have to destroy this at all costs. Any lingering feelings of love, any lingering feelings of wanting to reconcile, any feelings of that, you need to destroy. You have to destroy it. See, the narcissist knows you'll be feeling this way. They infiltrated your life. They picked you out from a wide variety of targets that they had the opportunity to pick it, to jump into. You wasn't the only one on the board. They had other options. But they chose you. They chose you because you're kind, because you're courteous, because you're empathetic, because you're loving, and you ticked all the boxes. But they jumped in your life and they began to jumble things around. They made your life become so fixated on them and what they're doing. Your life become nothing but, literally, you were just a sideshow to them. And I understand the feelings, if it's still fresh for you, I understand the feelings of you just want them to see what you're saying. But you've got to understand, the narcissist knows what you're saying. Everything you've told them about themselves, everything that you've told them about themselves and tried to make them see the light, and they're choosing to ignore it, or they're ghosting you, or they're leaving you on red, or they're not responding, they're not reciprocating. They know deep down in the core of them what you're saying. They're choosing to move the goalpost. They're choosing to move the goalposts. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. They're choosing to move the goalposts to keep reeling you in. You know? They could quite easily reciprocate. All right, you know what? I have done a bit of wrong there. I'm sorry about that. You know, that's all you want to hear. And you know what? Probably if they did turn around and say that to you, you know, oh, I'm sorry I done this, sorry I done that, you'd probably let them back in open arms. But this is why they've been blinded by the universe. They've been blinded by God to keep going down a very dark path. A very, very dark path. Where they feel like they can exploit you from every little minuscule of energy that you have. They feel like they can exploit you to the maximum. And you're going to still be there loving and caring for them. You need to cut these people out of your mind like a lobotomy. The love that you have for them, I would rather you transmute that into hate. I want you to hate the fact that this person doesn't listen to you. Doesn't listen to you open ears. Doesn't reciprocate what you say. I want you to hate the fact that they don't do that. I don't want you to be thinking, oh, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do that, they'll come around and they'll start understanding what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. You believed at one point you were dealing with your loving soulmate. But now you're aware you're dealing with a narcissist. And that's where the game changes. Once you awaken that you're dealing with a narcissist, once I awakened to I was dealing with a narcissist, it was gradual. You know, you watch a few videos or you read a couple of books, you read a few pages of a book or an article online, and it's gradual. You start to believe, like, am I really going through this? Like, am I really going through this pain? Am I going through PTSD? And you're starting to wonder, like, you can't believe that someone has done this to you. But the longer that you go on your healing journey and you start to come to terms with the fact that you're dealing with a dusty weirdo narcissist, right? The longer that you understand that you're dealing with a narcissist is the longer that you have time to embrace it. And the longer you have time to embrace the fact you're dealing with a narcissist, someone that is a demon, they are a devil. They plotted for your demise from the very beginning. They aimed for your downfall. They didn't want to build you up. They wanted to tear you down. They wanted to break your heart. They wanted to cause you pain. The longer you have time to embrace all of these facts, this will dissolve the love that you have for them. They're not your companion. They're not your soulmate. They're not your one and only. They're not your lover. They're not even a friend. You know? They're not even a friend. They're a dusty weirdo, right? That has the most sinister outlook towards you. They aim to destroy you. That's all they aim to do for the whole time. I don't care if they told you that you're the best thing in the world, or they love you, you're the most beautiful person in the world, or they told you all of this stuff, right? They aimed to destroy you, right? I'm not saying you're not the most beautiful person. They know your worth, right? They know your worth. So yes, they will tell you when you first meet them. They will compliment you. They will tell you good things about yourself, right? They will tell you these things. But later on, they're going to start to tear you down. And then it's an unequal balance. It doesn't balance, you know. Everything good they told you compared to the negative that comes with the relationship, it doesn't equate, right? And they done this to get their hook in, you know. They hooked you in, right, with all of this love bomb. And you need to get rid of that hook out of you. You can't be there waiting on the hook for them, right? Waiting for them to come back round. A lot of you not need to be careful because just because the narcissist has ghosted you for 6 months or even longer, or the narcissist has stopped answering your calls, or you haven't heard from him in a long time, I don't want you to start thinking that's the end of the narcissist. The narcissist will come back around to you. That's the thing. The narcissist will come back around. They will circulate back around to you. And then you need to be strong enough to say no when they come back around. You need to be strong enough to say, no way am I entertaining that when they come back around. So I need you to work on the love. Because there is a compartment in many of you where you still have, a connection. And it's based on the soul tie that you have. You need to sever the soul tie. How you sever the soul tie is exactly like I just said a moment ago. You're not my companion. You're not my other half. You're not my soulmate. You're not my lover. You're a counterfeit soulmate. You're nothing but a counterfeit. You're none of those things. Right? And you imprint that in your mind. And by you imprinting this in your mind, you destroy the love. You need to destroy any ounce of love left in your system for this toxic individual. You need to destroy it. And when they know that they'll feel it in the frequency. They'll feel it in the energy. Right? They'll feel it in the energy that the love has gone. They'll notice it. Believe me, they're spying. They're watching what you're doing. Even when they're the most quiet, they're watching the most. You know? They like to see what you're doing on your social media. They might even put your name, if you've blocked them and stuff, they'll be putting your name in other social media platforms just to see if you pop up. You know? See if they can find you out on Facebook or whatever, putting your name in. Or using alternative profiles so they can try and maybe follow your account on Instagram, and then you accept them in, so then you let them into your world and they can see what you're doing on your social media if your account is private. You know? Just please, like, I know if the wounds are still fresh, then a lot of this information may have gone over your head, but it's going to help you in the future. It's going to help you along in your journey. But none of us have any time left to have any love for this individual. We cannot give them any love whatsoever. And I've seen it in the comment section. When people have heard back from the narcissist, the way you respond to them. The narcissist just knows. They know it's game over. Because you don't respond like you care anymore. You don't respond in that same loving way that you used to. And the narcissist just knows it's game over. And this is when it leaves them desperate. It leaves them desperate. So let them wander wherever they are. Doing whatever they're doing. You know? Entertaining new supplies. Whatever they're doing. Because you as a chosen one and an empath, right? Your love is so pure, and that's why I'm trying to speak to you about love today. Some of you might be going, I'm not in love with them. Some of you might be going, I'm not in love with them. But trust me, you lot have got such good hearts. There's a part of you that still has a part of love. We need to destroy it. It took me a while to destroy mine. I used to want to fix them. I used to want to fix them and try and make them see what I'm saying. But no longer do I want to do that. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.